Hey guys, this is Kirob speaking, and today we are back in Automation with the Lite Campaign v4.0 and our Let's Play with Superieco Incorporated, and of course, Dr. Hand-Dieter Krause. We are just about to design our next big hit car, or maybe two, and that is going to be a replacement for the Kakapo, as well as something a little smaller, which we I can't really decide yet. We have to see what seems more promising and what we are going to put into into a large factory, or maybe a small one, because we can't afford more than just the plot and a small factory or something. So yeah, this is looking good at least. The plot costs are going down. The economy is not looking that bright though, and we just designed something small, something that looks like that down there. Let's edit this project and have another look so that we can see if this is indeed something that we want to do or not. Commuter was targeted, but we ended up more with a kind of city car like this. And I think before we can say anything more about it, apart from that it's performing really well in the Superieco segment, which isn't too bad of a category for us, of course. We do have some familiarity in that. Some awareness in that already. Let's target that one instead. That seems like a good entry here, and we could also easily make a city premium version. Now the question is, does that thing only sell if we make it monocoque and steel panels? Because that will require a lot of factory add-ons that are very costly and maybe a little inefficient in that regard, if we want to later on upgrade more. And very expensive, of course. Yeah, also the tooling is very expensive for a car like this. But it would be our first dedicated city car. Also, looking at what we have as options is, of course, interesting. We could make a... well, this is a hatchback. Do we have anything that is... well, this is classified as a sedan, and it's a soft top as well. Is that something we would like to go for? This is just a 2-door, not a 5-door. Which one do we have selected? Let's have a quick look. That is the 5-door, of course. Yeah, very high practicality. Could make it slightly larger. Maybe we can make it slightly larger. Yes, can make it slightly larger, so that it has some more room and thus potentially even scores a bit better. More space in there, more roomy. Other than this, I don't see any optimizations that are possible. But what we can quickly check is if we hold the car like this and then switch over to ladder as well as fiberglass? Full aluminium. Well, fiberglass would be very light. Not looking too good, is it? What is going on? Oh! Low safety. Okay, so that's just straight up killing it. Yeah, that safety rating is not great, is it? A ladder plus fiberglass is a no-go. So that doesn't work. Okay, upgrading to a semi-trailing arm does help its overall score, and we do have plenty of familiarity in it, so I don't see why we would go for the torsion beam. It's not that different in price. That is just another 38 bucks, so I think we can afford that, just barely. Where's the difference between these two? Hatchback, the 1200 cabin volume, and this one, 1007. What? What's even going on there? Oh, it's higher. Oh, that is pretty nifty. That is a completely different outlook, really. It does score better, and it will score much better in some of these segments that do want to have extra space and such. Yeah, I think we're going with that one. That one almost seems a little exploity. Can we make it even more extreme? Does it have another morph down there? Oh yeah, we can make it even more extreme. I think this is the first micro van we are building here. This is like my little Toyota Ractis, but in the 80s. I know what we're going to write into the manual for this car, and that is, please be aware that you are supposed to do frequent tire rotation on this one. Oh my god. That setup is not good, but we take it for now. I don't think they'll notice. Fuel economy is a little shit. We were down quite a bit better than this. Let's see if we can find a setting that fixes this. No, not really. Not really. There's nothing in here. Limiting it to 160 does help slightly with the price, just 15 bucks. Giving us 156 in Superieco. So this is looking good. But before we are optimizing even more, let's try to make a city premium version of this one. And maybe we would like to have... Oh, that's it. Hydraulic. Variable hydraulic won't make too much of a difference. And I don't want to pay the 24 months in this one. So, now. Oh, the under-braked as well. There is more score in it. Oh, this is a +3. Okay. Oh, that's actually quite practical as +3. They do like it. And as full 3-seater... No, it's actually worse. So, that is a good choice. Very nice. That was after a little bit of a rebalance, of course. I was used to 3-seaters... like foldable bench sucking quite bad, but this is now on par, and because they like practicality so much, this is actually what they want. So I think what we're going to do here is to put a basic 8-track into this one, so that we just get a bit more spread for these. I know I'm outside of that, no, not quite outside, but I mean the premium version, we can make a 2-seater for instance, or like using a different body of course, but 2-seater or 4-seater, more premium, and I think that will go over pretty well. So now, that's the clone. We called the car the Berry. I think that is a nice little name for a car like this. Which body do we want to use here? Probably still want the practicality and everything. Maybe we can go back to the hatchback version, although the cabin size is just so much more in here. So I think I'll stick with this body. That will be fine. We don't need to change anything here. The wheels are good as is. I could try hard long life on the other version if we wanted to. Alloy wheels, all good. Oh, yeah, that brakes will be fine in a moment as soon as we switch over to premium. Ooh, familiarity 0. Ouch. And premium 8-track. Ooh, cassette. That is expensive. Yep, premium 8-track. And now we should be seeing City Premium. There we go. It's coming up. And also, let's switch it. Oh yeah, look at that. They are not a fan of that foldable fucking bench in the rear. So it's a foldable fucking bench and a foldable fucking bench as well. Pretty handy to have a foldable fucking bench, especially if you have a roomy car. That's quite nice. So yeah, I think this is a clear choice to be made here. We go with the 4-seat option. This does it really well. Okay, good ratings overall. This is looking quite nice. And they don't really care about the cost penalty for us using different size tires. So what I'm going to do is to scrap this setting and just optimize from a much better starting point. And what would be a much better starting point than this? This is a much better starting point. That's what I wanted to say. 8 degrees though, that's not a better starting point. Let's try to get it down towards somewhat like 7 or so. Ooh, I really don't like that. Let's make it softer. Yeah, I can't go much softer than this. But now let's optimize the tires and we should be there. Like one more click here. 99, that is better. That's to the other direction, I believe. Okay, so we're pretty close. Yeah, that works. 137.1. That's very nice. Quite the design. I really like how this one caters to this audience a lot better, but it is still extremely affordable. So this one might be selling quite wide and far. Let's take a look at the market. It's more narrow than the Superieco version we've built, but it does well in its intended category, and the other one doesn't. Another one we could try out is to build a convertible version of this, so that we have that covered as well. And switching to this one. Whew, so much smaller. Okay. That will make the car a fair amount heavier? No? No? Okay. Didn't change much. Oh, well, the other car is roomy as all hell, so that will add to the weight. And I think we want to keep this very premium. And with very premium, I mean not that premium. 77? Yeah, that's not too bad. And we can, of course, share all the other internals. Now let's just check on the brakes. Ooh, little underbraked. Yeah, that's something we should attempt to fix. And it's probably not via pad type. They don't need brakes that strong. They're quite happy as is. Strong enough. Let's say they're strong enough. Alright, I can agree with that. And this one, yeah, again, looks very different and of course scores in all the right categories. And that's not convertible sport, of course. So now I'm starting to be really happy with this lineup. This is looking like a completely new entry in our company. Very, very nice. And we wouldn't want to put it in here because that is going to be the replacement of the Kakapo. And then we can select a 2.7 meter version, wheelbase version. Was it 2.7? I believe so. Of that one car that we had in mind for it. So that the difference in size is very noticeable. Then we can go with this one, the replacement for this one. We can go into more Gasmir and Helvetia, while this little city car is going more towards Fruinian and the cheaper countries, because smaller is also cheaper. So there we have it. Achana or Dalua. Fruinian is a no-go, because look at how expensive that is. It is crazy expensive. If we wanted build quality, then we would be going here. But man, the Fruinian real estate prices right now are through the roof. I hope you invested in there for like 20 years ago. Plot costs in Gasmir. Like Gasmir, too expensive to build in. The workforce skill, yes. Workforce labor costs 100%. And yeah, this is... Helvetia is, of course, optimal for workforce and labor cost if you want to have the highest build quality possible. But this is not what we are aiming for here. Taxes we can ignore because that's only for the HQ. And I think this leads us to picking something that is somewhat close to Fruinian in labor skill. But the cost being the same, that's fine. But the plot costs being a lot lower. So I think we are going to pull up a construction in Dalua. And this is our Daluan factory, and that will be in the capital of Dalua, which of course is called Basara. But now the scary part. Do we want to put a medium factory on there? Do we want to put a medium factory on there, or a large one? Large one, just the steel presses is 1.1 billion. Let's try and go with that. I think we would have to add the maintenance straight away, because otherwise this is going to be very expensive in no time. We will be able to flood the market with cars. That's out of question. Even more so than we're doing at the moment. So that's great. So I think we would be able to get back a lot of the investment pretty soon. Let's just start out like this and see where this goes. I mean, the build time now, 55 months, it's okay, because we have to design the whole car, engineer the whole car first. And this is roughly where where we would be aiming. That's very hard to say for German. I I think. And otherwise, this is looking quite okay, isn't it? So, all three would be produced in here. 98% efficiency for just having 3. That's fine. And now, the scary bit. That slowdown, yo. That could cost us a lot. Maybe we do need the queue. Oh, that's 500 million. Holy shit, that's 500 million. Ups the build time to 61 months. Is that still in line? That would be a lot. This alone cost us 3.5 billion to build. Holy shit. Okay. That is a lot. How much can we take out as a loan? I think that's a little gambling. If we wanted to go there. Scary. Let's see where we end up here. So, more worker wages. The cost per production unit is fine, I guess. Recall rate is way too high. Slowdown rate is now being reduced a little, and recall rate is manageable. Tooling quality. Tooling costs are still reasonably low. I think we can up that by 5, and then we should be able to up this a little bit. That should increase efficiency overall. And but those costs are scary. Let's see what it says. Let's see what it says in the end. Now the only thing missing is an engine factory. Oh man, this is scary. This is bad. Do we even want to go there? Like, this is crazy. Crazy costs. And we have a bit of a problem here. The interior costs too much. But I guess we can pull down and pull up a few sliders here and there. Yeah, that's good. Pressure 70. Oh, man. Tooling. Should we pull down on the tooling? I think we have to. 35 to start out with. Yeah, that gets us somewhere close. It's not optimal for the factory whatsoever. But where is the optimal? Well, no, it's not too far off. There we have the optimal. Around 50% nowadays for the mid-80s. So, yeah, we can get down here. And it will still be fine. 7,000 cars per month is respectable. So exactly 60. Without sacrificing reliability, which will be important. Holy shit! Yeah, if we wanted to include the factory cost, I was like, oh, wait a second, this is looking so green. Look at this now. Like, bam! Super green. Super good. And then you activate this one, the factory costs in this. And it doesn't look quite as rosy anymore, does it? No, it doesn't. I think, though, that we can get away with selling the premium version at a 40% markup instead of the 20 that we are requiring from the lower end model. Still not looking great, but we would be running a profit of about 2 billion within 5 years. Still not paying back for the factory, of course. That is a monster to pay off. So far, the total costs for this project are at 4 billion. That is a little too much. I think we need to downsize that factory. Start out with a medium instead. Let's try that instead. If we're going for a medium one, I think then we can afford to have an evenly sized engine factory to it as well, producing that engine. And we can have these upgrades too. I mean, they are getting scrubbed later on, but that might be the safer bet because we just can't afford the 4 billion at the moment. We have a company valuation of 5, sure, and we have 1 billion in the bank basically at the moment. But that's probably still not enough for us to get a loan on this. Efficiency slightly lower for the car. The build time of the factory, of course, will also be shorter. We can get another percentage point in... Oh no, wait a second. That was tuned so that the large factory was going to build. That had 61 months. But now we have the medium factory, so it's nowhere near that much. We can... we have 60, that's still 5 years, yes. But we now do need to build this engine in that factory, a new factory that is sitting on a large plot. At the moment we can't do that yet, because this engine is in engineering at the moment. But it should come out pretty soon, doesn't it? And again, this is one of the oversights of the UI. It doesn't anywhere tell you how long this project is going to last still. That's just so bad. I can't tell anything. Can't plan ahead like this. Yeah, we can't use that like that. Maybe we have just to wait it out until we can put that engine in. Because it's quite a good engine for that purpose. Or if we really wanted to, we don't need that much power in such a small car, right? We could try to use that super old engine that we have, the 800cc or what was it, and put it in here, dirt cheap, just revamp it slightly. Let's give that a quick go. Oh, wait a second. Before I do that and put it into a car that I've already optimized, let's play it a little smart. So let's clone the trim. There we have the copy. That's our test model, not model, but trim. And now we just switch out the engine and see how it goes. We replace a variant. Let's see. Oh, the last this one does also fit. And that one was a 1.1 liter. All right. 1.1 liter, all... Oh, that's a 2-valve. Oh, shit. Yeah, that is an old tech, of course. But, do we want to go with this one? Yeah, I think so. This is just a little too low in power. Okay, yeah, let's select this one. And this would be the... Oh, we just have to change one of these numbers. It's now 20 years later. Let's replace it. Make a new one. Not quite performing in the Superieco segment anymore. Oh, that's because of the fuel. That must be because of the fuel. Let's see. Yes, okay, it is. Because that was banned, so no one really can really buy this car anymore, and gets a massive penalty. Fuel availability is super low then. Single barrel carb. How long does it take to switch this over? Ooh, this makes a big difference. But also, engineering time is a little ouchies. It might not be too much ouchies if we reduce this down to something more reasonable. And yeah, maybe if it's a new car and everything, we might get away with this. But it's so feels so inefficient to do so. But then, of course, why am I even trying to do this? I'm just checking tech. This is Hand-Dieter's domain. So, okay, Hand-Dieter, what do you think about this idea? I think you are full of shit, because this just can't work. This is a block of iron. This is worse than 2 sacks of potatoes at least. So you can never achieve a proper fuel economy with this garbage of design you want to put together. Because while the engine itself for the time was absolutely brilliant, this just doesn't work. But okay, I shall give it my best go and we will see where it ends up, okay? Let's see. So I know I'm pretty good at this, so it might get closer than what you would ever imagine. We leave it naturally aspirated for now, because if we don't, then this will just balloon in time requirement, and our company, you know, has low familiarity with this stuff, because they are just too stupid to remember things, and this just means it's not viable. We are going for injection multi-point, yes, that is right. But the ignition timing needs to be up there, and then we need to correct for the compression and just get it into a good range like this. Like spot on, of course, spot on. And then we have, again, a very competitive trim in the market segment. For good measure, we can also put on a 3-way catalytic converter. That will make it so that we can better sell it because we get lower running costs in some of the segments, because they are looking at emission regulation and see, oh shit, I have to pay extra taxes for the inner city use. So they don't want that. But this is way too expensive, it looks like. If we wanted to use a catalytic converter in this, then we would have to drop the quality, because we don't know about the catalytic converters just yet. Not so much, at least. So dropping the quality, that is not acceptable, because that would lose us a lot of efficiency. And we can't afford that. 152 is good though. It looks like you have to do some optimizations for the gearing. I trust you, you can do this. So I'm off now. This engine is now brought to the modern day, and I really like the results. Well, okay. That's quite impressive, taking such an old lump of steel and forming it into something that we can use. Well done, Hand-Dieter here, and we can just optimize this for this new old engine. I've also switched over to hard long life. I really seem to like that. Using different tire sizes also makes it such that that is the cheaper alternative. Other than that, this basic setup already brings us very close. It just needs a tiny bit of optimization, which was done right there, and we can make this a little softer if we wanted to. And then this needs another click there, and we are good. This isn't doing too badly, is it? So I think we might be going with this. This isn't all that shabby. I mean, shit engine, comparatively. I mean, it's still modern. But let's take a look at the engineering time, as that will be the tricky part of it. Yeah, okay. Factory setup. And now let's go into that engine project and see. Oh, 127? Oh, that's at 100 reliability. Okay, but still. And 0 fun. Oh, okay. Let's normalize a few things first. And see where we end up then. Oh, okay. This is in range. This is in range. This is in range. We can do this. I think we have something on our hands that might actually be pretty good. I think the valuations of the car, the desirability will drop, because now we don't have, what was that, plus 25% reliability. But, yeah, you can't have it all, can you? Anyway, I think we cut it short here and come back in the next episode and try to optimize the shit out of this one, because our second project sure needs to have a strong start. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and see you guys next time.